the Baltimore Ravens are looking to get over the hump and finally hoist that Lombardi trophy and get Lamar Jackson the Super Bowl ring that he needs. But how is that 2025 draft class going to help them get there? My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down the Ravens draft class from this year and provide our grades at the end. But before we do that, Ryan's getting married here in a couple of weeks, so send him an early wedding day present by hitting that subscribe button, tackling that bell, and even leaving a like and a comment. Let us know your thoughts on this draft. Ryan, let's pull up the Ravens draft here. So lots of picks overall. First round, they got Malaki Starks, safety from Georgia. And then second round, they got edge rusher Mike Green from Marshall. Then in the third round, offensive tackle Emery Jones out of LSU. Then in the fourth round, Teddye Buchanan, linebacker from California. I'm pretty sure you pronounce it Teddy. The extra E at
Yeah.
the end, or Teddye, I don't know.
No,
So
it's Teddie.
perfect. All right, and then the fifth round, their lone fifth round pick, Carson Vinson, offensive tackle out of Alabama A&M. Then they had a bunch of 6th round picks. Uh, the first pick in the 6th round, Bilhal Kone, cornerback from Western Michigan. Then place kicker Tyler Loop out of Arizona. Then LaJohntay Wester, receiver from Colorado. Then Aeneas Peebles, defensive tackle from Virginia. Then round out the 6th round, Robert Longerbeam, cornerback from Rutgers. And then their final pick of the draft, Garrett Dillinger, LSU offensive guard. And to me, I think this was a pretty stereotypical Baltimore Ravens draft, picking late into the each round and then still providing really good value. I think it's great that Malaki Starks fell all the way down to them. I think it made it easy. I thought, was there some overlap maybe with like Hamilton and kind of what they got in that secondary? That was my initial thoughts. And then I thought Malaki Starks is just a great baller. Like you put him back there in that secondary, and then you pair him up then too with Nate Wiggins, and you still got Marlon Humphreys, and you got Kyle Hamilton back there. And now you put then Darius Washington as a free safety, if that's still the guy that they want to end up going, have Malaki Starks moving around a bunch. I really like what they have going on in that secondary as a whole. And then you add Mike Green falling all the way down to him at the 2nd round as well. I really like what those first two picks are going to bring to this already like very solid defense as a whole. But Ryan, I want to throw it over to you. What do you think of the Ravens draft as a whole?
This is an awesome draft class. I mean, they didn't necessarily draft like fully for need. I mean, I guess with that being said, like I don't know. But Malachi Starks, I thought was a top 15 talent in this class. You just go look at the tape and
Yeah.
he's plays great everywhere in that secondary, except for outside corner, which they should be good with Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphreys there. Mike Green was a first round grade. He has some off the field things that have not resulted in any charges, but some teams just will cross them off their boards because of it. So I think they got good value with that. Emery Jones is going to kick into guard, but they need interior offensive linemen. Thought that's a great spot to get them at the back end of the third. He's going to come in and probably start for them day one. He's very stout. He has very powerful hands. He just doesn't quite have the athleticism and the lateral quickness to stay on the outside. So he's going to kick inside. And then day three, great value picks like Teddye Buchanan, Carson Vinson. I think Carson Vinson specifically, I really like his traits at tackle for a developmental left tackle. Bilal Kuhn, Tyler Loop, I thought were good. LaJohntay Wester, I like. Aeneas Peebles and Garrett Dellinger as well. Like both really good picks there as well. They got to make a ton of picks here late in this draft. A lot of darts to throw at the board. I thought this was one of the top draft classes so far in this draft.
Yeah, I think just overall value. I
Yeah.
think that it would be up there as one of the ones, even to like their first three picks. Like I know Emery Jones is like raw, but if he does pan out though, like I really think that that he could be something. And I think if there's an organization that can develop him well, it's going to be the Ravens. And
Yeah.
I like the overall strategy that they have. They have their starting offensive line, and it's pretty young overall, but they still needed some more depth behind that in case if some of these guys don't pan out. And so just get some more competition in there. So really focus on that, like what they did on the defensive side of the ball and brought in a lot of guys that I think can come and help contribute from day one. I think one area I would have loved to have seen them invest a little bit more in, but I guess now that I say that, looking at their depth chart as a whole, what was the receiver position, and they did get LaJohntay Western, yes, but also too they have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, 2 first round picks as a whole. They signed DeAndre Hopkins as well, so
Yeah.
I get why they maybe felt that like receivers wasn't like the main priority need. I just feel like maybe he's putting all your eggs in one or two main baskets. But that being said, though, as well, I can't fault them too much on that because I think they got really good value as a whole. And then they did end up getting Tyler Loop. I want to bring this up a little bit just because everything going on with Justin Tucker. That's not why I want to bring this up in. But Tyler Loop, though, I he's got an absolute cannon of a leg. They were showing some of his highlights. I don't know if you guys all saw it, but one, he's made a 62-yard field goal, but then he had one. He made a 53-yard field goal that when it went through the net or went through the uprights, it hit like up at the top part of the net. Like it had to have been a 70 like plus yard field goal. Like it was so impressive. And then I'm pretty sure he also is the guy that too something similar. I saw a highlight where he missed a field goal, but it's the same thing. He hit the top left part of the net from 53 plus yards, which is just wild to me to think about. So they do need a kicker. I also think too Justin Tucker, his quality had gone down a little bit overall.
Yeah.
Maybe he's dealing with like an injury or something like that. He is getting up there in age, but so I think with all the picks that they had, especially to being in the 6th round, go and getting this kid with just a cannon of a leg. We'll have to see what happens with Justin Tucker. But then if you move then to a guy that's younger with another cannon of a leg, I think there's no fault as of right there because it is a big advantage for the Ravens when Dustin Tucker was just automatic. When like, hey, we're at the 45, we've got 3 points.
Yeah.
So we can be extra aggressive, like be smart, but be extra aggressive. And I think it really kind of frees up that offense when you have a kicker that's like that. Cowboys are
Yeah.
the same way with Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah.
And so like it's like when we get to the 50, like we've got 3 points. So like that's a weird mindset. A lot of teams don't have that capability of.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought this was a fantastic draft by the Ravens. I don't really have too much else. Aeneas Peebles, one of the better pass rushing defensive tackles. He's gonna maybe lose like 5-10 pounds and become a 3-4 defensive end. You have a ton of speed now with Aeneas Peebles, Mike Green. Kyle Van Noy can come in on true pass rushing reps. You have Justin Madubuike. Like this is a this might be my A plus draft. Every year we only give one A plus draft. Uh, they really got 2 first rounders with Malaki Starks and Mike Green. Emery Jones and Garrett Dellinger, I think, are 2 offensive linemen that can really contribute. They got some developmental guys like Carson Vinson and Aeneas Peebles. I think is really good value as well. This might be the top draft. This might be the best overall value uh, that there is. So I'm going to go A to A plus. We haven't gone through all the teams yet, but this is definitely the Patriots and the Eagles. I think are probably my 3 favorite drafts that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I would give this an A, especially too.
Yeah.
And some of it I think too also is kind of not taking anything away from it, but similar than I think to the Eagles as well. But like luck that some of these guys just fall to them, and
Yeah.
then like, hey, like we got to take this guy. Doesn't matter. Like, and that's not a knock on like the decision making some of these guys, I guess, but it's like you're right. Like when Malaki Starks is there, being like, yeah, maybe is there some overlap, but this is what we could do with our secondary. This is what we can
Yeah.
go. Like, let's just go get this great football player. Same thing then
Yeah.
too with Mike Green, Emery Jones as well, and a lot of the other guys that they got in day 3.
I was talking about this yesterday with you and Dad as we were watching the day 3 picks come in, but if you just take the consensus board and then you just kind of follow it and you watch like when teams reach, like a lot of times like those picks don't work out, and then if you follow the consensus board and let the best overall consensus player fall to you, that's what the Eagles do, that's what the Ravens do, that's what the Rams do. Like they do such a good job, and I feel like a lot of teams overcomplicate this process. They do such a good job of just taking the best player available, even if there is a maybe a positional overlap or something. And it just helps them really build out a solid roster. And so I really like what the Ravens did here. And I think that this is really going to help them win going forward.
I like it. Me too.
So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on what you thought of the Ravens 2025 draft class. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you have done differently? None of that. We'll see you guys next time.